guys, welcome back to my channel today. I wanted to sit down and film like a question and answer kind of about our story and our life, and so I asked you guys on Instagram to leave me messages. So if you're not following me, click on the link down below and go follow me over there. I'm going to introduce you to my husband for the first time. So this is Chase. Just kidding. He's not nervous. So we're just going to jump right into it and start answering the questions you guys sent. Where did you and your husband meet, and have you always lived in Oklahoma, and what's your favorite reality TV show? So we met in 7th grade. I'll let you tell the story.
Yep, we go way back. So we met in 7th grade.
And I'll leave pictures somewhere around here so you guys can see us.
Yeah, you get to see us when we were young. We met in 7th grade. I went to school in just a Christian school from 1st through 6th grade, and then I transferred in 7th grade to a local school close to where I live. So whenever you're a new transfer student, there was a couple of girls that were interested in dating, which you know what dating is in 7th grade. It's just
you
see each other at school basically, or maybe a Friday night football game. But anyways, a couple of girls were kind of interested, and I chose somebody else other than Ashley. So that was kind of a bad call, but it ended well. I ended up picking her later on in the year, towards summer.
I was girl number 2.
She was girl number 2.
And we dated for about 3 months, and then I broke up with him because he was too nice.
Yep, should have known to be mean.
Girls always marry the nice guy, but date not the bad guy, but just the fun guy. Not that you're not bad. And then, so we stayed best friends from that point on. Our families have always been good friends, and even when both of us had like long-term relationships, we stayed good friends.
Yeah, we were best friends from after we broke up, basically, through junior year of high school.
Well, just always. We're still best friends.
Oh, of course, of course.
Or you're still mine.
Yeah, and we lived within a mile of each other, so I would ride my bike over there, and we'd swim. She had a pool, so we'd swim during the summer. If it was icy, I would, drive and pick her up for school.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
I got grounded once in my entire life. Once, and it's because my parents caught me kissing Chase on my bed.
See, so I'm kind of a bad boy. I'm not that nice.
Okay, so yeah, that was our story, and then I went off, we started dating again my senior year. I decided to graduate early because I didn't like high school at all. So we tried dating again. It was probably, another 2 or 3 months?
Another couple of months.
And I just needed out of town, and I needed a fresh start, and he understood.
Yeah,
so,
she was about to move. It'd be a little bit more longer distance relationship, so we just thought, no, we'll give it a break for now.
Yeah, let me just start over. So I moved off to Edmond, and then about a year later?
Yeah, I think it was about a year and a half later.
He messaged me on AOL.
AOL, old technology.
Instant Messenger. We didn't have text back then. And asking me to go to a hockey game. So I drove back, like snowy ice. Why, I don't know. But I drove back, and we went out that night. And when he took me home, he walked me to the door, which he's a gentleman. He always does. And then kissed me. So it kind of like shocked me. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, we're friends. He's just being kind. But from that point on, so that next weekend he drove up to see me, and we've been together ever since.
Yep.
So how long we dated for 2 years before we got engaged?
Yeah, I think we did 2 years before was it a year and a half or a year before we got engaged, and then we got married about a year after that.
Yeah, so we dated for about a year, and then we had a year engagement.
Yeah. And that night, fun fact, whenever we were walking out from the hockey game, it was icy, and whenever we got up to my car, she literally slid under the car because of the ice, and I think I was holding onto her arm or something, so I broke her fall.
My head didn't go under.
Her head didn't go under, but her whole body went under the car, so that was pretty funny.
We'll never forget it. Okay, the next question says, my husband and I got married at 18 and 19. What advice do you give to young married couples? I remember saying you're around 31 and you've been married for 10 years. I love your channel so much. Thank you. I think the best advice is that you have to grow together. Like, you grow up together. The 20-year-old, we got married when we were 20. The 20-year-old he married is not the 31-year-old that he's married to today.
Yeah.
And I just grew up in a family that was very active and social, and I'm an introvert and a homebody, and it took me a little while to realize that. And I think being a stay-at-home mom kind of like grew into that as well, but I don't like crowds, and I don't like going crazy places.
And back when we were first married, she was fine with that type of environment and kind of enjoyed that environment, and that's changed a lot.
Where now I get like anxiety and I freak out. So he's had to just be patient and grow with me as I find out who I am. And so I think that's the hardest thing about being married young is you don't know who you are. And I remember people told me that. And I was like, what does that even mean? I totally get it. It's true. And you can still do it. We've been married 10 years. And we love each other just as much, if not more, then, but we had to grow together.
Yeah, you definitely, if you're going to get married young, just be open-minded that one of you may, both of you or one of you may change, your just what you enjoy, your likes, your dislikes, your personalities, some of that could change a little bit. So you got to be open-minded and willing to adjust with that.
Says, how old are you and your husband, and how long have you been married? So we're both 31.
We're 31, and been married 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. We both have November birthdays, about 5 days apart.
Yeah, 5 days apart. I'm 5 days older than her. She said she'd never date anybody younger, so I made the cut by 5 days.
Barely.
Yep.
Okay, have you always been a stay-at-home mom? Yes. When we got married, he knew from the get-go I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and I was never going to drive a minivan. No diss to anybody who is. That was on the table.
Just preference.
Out there. So I had my job working as a nanny once I finished up school, and I'll talk more about that later. But he was still working part-time at a bank and going to school. So I was bringing in the big bucks, which was $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
And we were taking $1,500 of that to pay off my student loans because we knew I couldn't stay at home if we had any bills. So we didn't have, from the get-go, we have never had car payments or credit cards, but we did have student loan. I did have a car loan right before we got married, and I paid it off.
Yep.
Before the wedding day.
Yeah. So we lived off my small salary while we were in an apartment.
I mean, tiny. I could vacuum the entire apartment without unplugging. Like, does anybody understand like how small that is? We didn't have a dining room. We didn't have a kitchen table. And then we didn't even have bar stools because where our bar stools would go, I had a love seat. So we literally sat at TV trays for 3 years we lived there.
Yeah.
For 3 years we lived there. And so right around 3 years is when you were graduating from college, and the last month of school we started trying, and thankfully got pregnant with Savannah. So when he walked across the stage, I was already pregnant. Mm-hmm. And a few months later we bought our first home, and I retired from my job. Mm-hmm.
I started a new job right after college, so had a new job, new house, new baby, all within, and so, she started staying at home, so she stopped working all within the same year. Yeah,
so when I was about 3 months pregnant is when I became the stay-at-home mom, and I've never worked since. So until YouTube. And I'm working my rear off. So. Are you going to have more kids? And what is your least favorite chore around the house? Who's your favorite YouTuber? Are we going to have more kids?
No. We've had a lot of discussions about it, a lot of talks, and we're happy. We're happy with one.
I went through a phase. Any of you that have an only child or want to have an only child, I went through a phase, and it still sneaks up sometimes of like, I want more kids, but it just never happened. And we would talk to each other like, are you ready to have another one? And neither one of us was ready. And I'm the type of person, when I want something, I want it like today, right now.
Yeah, she knows when she wants something.
And we decided we didn't want to have a child just because society told us we were supposed to, or because Savannah needs a friend. She has plenty of friends. She has cousins. So that's just where we decided, we have a whole adoption story where we had a process of thinking that's where God was leading us, and he shut every door, slammed it in our face. And so I learned, okay, maybe that's not where we're being called. And as sad and a hard time it was very, very hard and very, very stressful. I feel like God had more for me, and it's this channel, because there's no way if I had a baby in this house I could do this. I just don't handle like stress and chaos. So I'm thankful for the shut doors because it opened this one. So no, we don't plan on having more, but I never say never.
Right.
Because God's funny that way.
Yeah. And we get to have, a lot more time with Savannah, and, we don't have to share time, split time. We get to give her our, undivided attention, so she enjoys that. We get to spend a lot more time with her.
And a fun fact.
I'm an only child.
Is an only child.
Yeah, I'm an only child.
His cousin is an only child. So we both come from like small families.
Yeah, small families.
So it's okay. What is one thing for
favorite YouTuber?
Oh, favorite YouTuber.
YouTuber. Hey, Savannah, we want to hear your favorite YouTuber.
Who's your favorite YouTuber? Come right here.
JoJo Siwa.
of course. I'm sure your kids would agree if you have a little girl.
JoJo Siwa, that's her favorite. How about
Okay,
you?
mine's Crispin Casper, of course.
Yep.
I think she's a lot like me.
Yeah, she loves Kristen. She watches.
I love watching
She's
her.
watched her from the beginning,
Yeah.
so she does love her. Me, of course, Ashley. You know, she's my favorite YouTuber. Besides Ashley, Miranda Sings. I don't know if you've heard of Miranda Sings, but she's hilarious, and found her recently.
We'll tag a picture and even link her below. She's funny.
Yeah, she's pretty funny. So she's got to be my favorite right now.
I go for people that like inspire me and motivate me to get my house clean, and he goes towards like
Whoever can make me laugh
Yeah.
the loudest is who I go towards. Yeah.
Okay, you can do this one too. It says, what is one thing from each of you off your bucket list? So mine, and hopefully with YouTube, maybe one day I'll actually get a paycheck, and I would love to walk into the Louis Vuitton store and buy a new purse. You guys have seen my Louis Vuitton, and I've had about 3 or 4, but I always buy them secondhand. I've never got to like experience walking in and buying one, so that's on my bucket list. What's yours?
The full case of the Series 4 LL dolls.
Okay, so I'm sure you guys have noticed the LOL dolls in her room, and she wants to buy the full case of them.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
We will see.
And then what's yours?
Me, I love sports. I'm huge into sports, so you've probably seen the March Madness bracket hanging up on the wall that we've got right now. But I played baseball in high school. I'm a huge baseball fan. I'm a huge Red Sox fan. And being a Red Sox fan, I can't stand the Yankees, of course. So I think my biggest bucket list would be to go to a Red Sox and Yankees postseason game. I guess it would be the American League Championship Series. They would be facing each other, and I'd love to go to Fenway Park and watch them play each other, the Red Sox and Yankees.
And if we ever get to do any of those, I'll totally vlog it so you guys can be a part of it.
Definitely.
Do you have a workout routine that fits into your schedule, and if so, what is it? No. Do I have a workout routine?
Cleaning, vacuuming, that's your
Cleaning.
workout.
I mean, I have in phases. Like when I was pregnant, I worked out every day, and there's been seasons where I try really hard to, like I'll do workout videos. We're big walkers in this family, so like during the day, you've seen in my vlogs, me and Savannah walk, and once it's warm outside and not rainy or cold, we walk every night in the neighborhood, and we're just active people. Like we don't sit down a whole lot.
Yeah.
So I feel like that helps.
Spring and summer, we're outside all the time, riding
outside,
bikes and walking around the neighborhood. I play competitive softball, so a couple months during the year, I'm playing at least once a week, sometimes tournaments, and that's nonstop
We should
running.
do better, but
Yeah.
that's what we do for now. Where have you traveled?
Okay. Well,
So-
we've been to. You want to go?
Yeah, for our honeymoon, we went to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And then about a month later, we went to, where did we go to that baseball game? Just like Kansas.
Yeah, we went to
City.
Kansas City to watch the Royals play the Yankees, I think.
And then when we were pregnant with Savannah, we went to Boston.
We did get to go to Boston.
And see the Red Sox play.
We got to go to Fenway Park, see the Red Sox play, so that was fun.
We've been to Destin, Florida.
Destin twice, I think. We've been to Destin, Florida. And
Growing
then
up, we've been to more. Like I
went to Savannah. We went to Savannah,
went to
Georgia.
Savannah, Georgia.
We wanted to take our daughter Savannah, and we named her after Savannah, the city in Georgia. So we took her there. So that was fun.
So any exotic destinations you'd like to visit?
I think tropical is what we'd be more
Yeah.
into. The beach, that's more of our interest. So I've heard St. Lucia is really pretty.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's the one place you could actually get me out of the house. And I only take short trips, so that's
Yeah.
what's hard. We can't get too far away, otherwise it's not worth the time traveling.
Yeah, even our honeymoon, I think it was three days or
3 nights.
3 nights, 4 days,
I
pretty
was like,
short
yeah.
for most people. So yeah, we take short vacations for sure.
Once again, he had to learn to like grow with me.
Yeah, because I could be gone a week and be just fine.
How much do you make doing YouTube? I know it's a personal question, so if it's not answered, I understand. I'm happy to answer it. I make zip on YouTube right now. We've applied for AdSense a couple months ago and they're delayed. So
Yeah, YouTube's delayed on their whole approval process. So we've been eligible for a couple of months, a little over 2 months now. So just kind of waiting for that to kick in with ads. So definitely no money
And then
there.
it's still a small amount compared to each view, but I will make money that way. Sometimes you guys will see me do a sponsorship, and that's just to kind of help reimburse for the hours of day I spend working and the equipment. What was your biggest fight, and how did you overcome it?
Oh man.
We fight mainly when I get hungry.
I was gonna say we fight mainly about little things like
It's-
food.
Yeah, and it's because I get mean hungry. And if you guys have watched any of my other videos or question ones, I probably mentioned that. But once
Yep.
again, he's learned who I am and to grow with me, and he knows when I start getting like nippy.
Then we go to Olive Garden.
Or he just has to feed me. Like once I'm fed, I'm happy. But like when food gets out of my belly,
Then we'll start bringing up everything from the past.
Yeah.
So luckily
like, you didn't date me first in 7th grade.
Exactly. Luckily we've had a really good marriage that hasn't had any big issues. Just little small things.
We started our marriage off on the right foot, and so marriage is not easy, no matter how you start, but we were both virgins when we got married, and so
we made
that
decision.
saves a lot of fights. We've always been faithful and true, so we don't have any like big major issues that cause
a lot of that friction.
I mean, and money
and food.
money at first, I feel like we're good now. Before I had like my own set budget during the month, it was hard because there for a while I had to ask. I felt like I was asking daddy anytime I needed something. And so that was a hard point in the beginning of our marriage. And when we were paying off student loans and I would see my friends and new outfits and earrings and makeup and tanning, and I like had nothing. And I was making what we thought was good money.
It was good money at the
us,
time.
but we couldn't touch it. So that was a hard time. If you guys can work into your budget where you guys, like, he doesn't even really take his own money for the month, but like I have a set amount and that's mine, and I take it in cash, so he has no idea how I spend it, what I do with it. It's my money, and it's normally food to be honest, or like special treats for me and Savannah, or just a t-shirt or something like that. But
we'll do a real finance video to let you know how we feel about finances, how we handle our own, and that type of thing.
I'll ask for questions on Instagram, so once again, follow me over there if you guys have questions about that, and I'll make a post. Okay. I just wanted to say I really enjoy your videos. Thank you. My question is, does your house ever get messy? I feel like you clean your clean house. I have 2 boys, and no matter how hard I try, I feel like it's a disaster. Okay, maybe I'm over-exaggerating. By the way, my boys do help out cleaning. That's nice.
That's awesome.
So, the first question was, does your house ever get messy? Yes. I mean, we live here, guys. Now, does it get as messy as living with 2 boys? No. I have 1 daughter, and she's me, made over as far as cleaning, so we pick up after ourselves. But
we have a dog that doesn't shed, and we kind of did that because of allergies and cleaning wise.
That's a question later, so we'll get to that. But like my floors and countertops, and I mean, there's kids in here. We have the neighborhood kids, so there's fingerprints. My floors get dirty. You guys can't tell from the camera. My countertops have crumbs on them.
We'll have jackets, shoes, when the kids come over, jackets, shoes, toys, all over the house for, as long as they're here.
There's a few of you that ask for tips, and the biggest tip is declutter your home. You guys think my house is clean because I don't have clutter. So yeah, it looks clean, and so it tricks the eye. So when somebody comes over, they don't see the crumbs on the counter. I mean, you can if you're like here in person, but that's my number 1 cleaning tip is declutter your home. Quit spending time just moving stuff around that you don't need. And so yeah, my house is not always clean. It may look clean, but it's not always clean. Okay. She also said, what camera and editing program do you use? And one more, who does your graphics? So the camera we have right now is
It's the Canon SL2.
An editing program?
It's Wondershare Filmora is the editing software that we purchased and that we use.
And who does your graphics? Me. So as far as you'll help me film sometimes cleaning videos, but typically I'm filming, I'm creating the content, filming it, editing, uploading it, all that. But when it comes to like numbers and
tracking the numbers, sponsorships with emails back and forth with companies.
He's the numbers guy, so he can see the days that like I get the most views, and so I know to post and stuff. So that's why we're doing the Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. We just feel like that works best for you guys. But he tracks all that, logs all that. He's in, he talks with the emails as far as sponsorships and what we need, what they need, approving it. Telling a lot of people no. He's the one that has to say no all the time. So he was like, how else can I say no? And because we try to do it nicely. We don't want to be like, your product sucks. So we don't like it. So that's that. What kind of work does your husband do? How old are you, and do you have any siblings? And do you live near them? So first off.
Yeah, what I do, I'm a numbers guy. So I work at a local bank as an analyst. My title is Asset Control Analyst. So, top secret stuff. Probably shouldn't be saying it, so top secret, but you won't be in any danger, don't worry.
Okay, how old are you? We've mentioned that. We're both 31. Do you have any siblings? We've mentioned he's an only child. I have one sister, and she's about 3.5 years older. And she used to live closer to me. Now she moved towards the Oklahoma City area, so we're about 2 hours apart. So we're still close, but not as close as we used to be, distance-wise. Okay, now I'm going to switch over to a different form of questions.
Our neighbors are looking at us like we're crazy in here.
Okay, where did you guys go to college?
Uh-huh.
And what does your husband do for a living? So we answered that. I went to the University of Central Oklahoma in Edmond. And
I went to Oklahoma State University. That's where I graduated from.
Okay, and I don't know if they ask or somebody else does, but my degree was in child development.
Yeah, and then I was finance and accounting, double major with the numbers.
I didn't want to go to school. It was more that's what you do, kind of. I mean, I did. I wanted to get out of town, but I always told my dad I was going for my MRS, to get married, which ended up marrying the guy from my hometown, so I could have saved like a ton of money.
True.
And I thought, I'll just do a child development degree because I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I think it's helped zip. Like, she is not a textbook baby at all, so it's fine. I was a part of a sorority, and I had great friends there, so I don't regret it. Have you always been a tidy, organized person? Do you want to answer that?
Yes, she has. Always.
So I've always been tidy, organized. Now, I feel like in our last house it was smaller, but I had more things.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that changed is the decor.
Yeah, it was always clean and always organized, but I had some more items.
Yeah.
Where when we moved in here, I started hearing about like the KonMari method, and that's when I just like...
Right, yeah, minimalism, basically. She got into the minimalism, and so decor went way down, got more neutral, that type of thing.
Oh, we forgot to answer this earlier, too. What is your favorite and least favorite household chore? So I love vacuuming. Go figure. So I can do his part.
Yeah.
My least favorite is the dishwasher, like the dishes. I don't like them.
Yeah.
Was he always comfortable with you sharing your life's home and, life and y'all's home? Oh, so our life and our home on such a public platform. Did it take some time getting used to it? And do you all set specific parameters before you start? So
we're still pretty new to it, so it says have you gotten used to it, and I mean we're just a couple months in to doing it.
So it grew way faster than we were expecting.
Yeah.
But you were always comfortable. I think
we're a pretty open couple with most things, so it didn't bother us too much.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty cool. I've gotten really interested in the whole YouTube platform and how it all works, just watching a lot of the big channels, and I just think it's really interesting. And so, I was fine with it. There are definitely some parameters, that we set in place that, we try to not divulge too much personal information and that type of thing. So we're careful on some things.
It's a hard balance for us because if you were to be our friends in real life, we're very open. We want to be real and share who we are and what we, where we are. But it's hard because most of you guys are amazing, but we don't know everybody who's watching. So we have to be very careful with, showing where we live.
Yeah, can't show certain things just with Savannah.
Yeah, so we try to just be really. So yes, we have been very careful, but we've always been open to it.
Yeah.
Do you and your family go to church? Yes.
Yep.
We go to Life Church, and I've been going there since my senior year of high school, so roughly about 13 years. And I used to drive from my town to where my sister was going to school to go to that church. And then when I moved down there, I went there. And then by the time I came back to Mary Chase, we had a location in Tulsa, and then one has moved even closer to the town by us. So I love it. Mm-hmm. I'll link it down below. That's where you guys hear some of the music from.
They have, obviously they have physical campuses, and they're kind of all, I don't know how many states now, I think 6 or 7 different states, 29 campuses, but what's really cool is they do church online. So that's what she's going to link, is their website online where you can actually watch all the messages online, which is cool.
I get it as a mom. Sometimes it's hard to get there. It's easier now with her, but when she was little, I think the first year we didn't go into a building. Like, she cried, she was fussy, we wanted to go, so we would just watch it on our TV. If you guys have multiples and they're sick and you guys just want to click on it, I love him. I think he's a great pastor, so I'll leave that down below. What was the next one? Any advice on raising a girl? Mine will be 4 in August. I'm new to your channel. Well, thank you for watching. I guess the biggest thing I'm teaching her is manners and respect and just kindness.
Confidence, self-worth.
I do homeschool her, and we do make sure we stay where we're supposed to be, but I don't care what my daughter grows up to be as long as she's happy and kind and God-loving and does it to the best of her ability. And she's a strong woman, so I try to focus more towards those and building her self-esteem and her worth. So, anything else?
No, I'll work on keeping those boys away.
Yeah. What made you guys decide to get a Yorkie? So we love big dogs. You guys will see if you guys have watched before. We have Big Tug come visit. Come here, Tiger. Come visit. But my husband and daughter just have like asthma, and so when big dogs live inside our house, they can't breathe well. And I'm not an outside dog person. I feel like they're part of the family. No judgment to anybody. That's just how I feel. And I can't have my daughter living on an inhaler for a dog. So we went with Tiger because he doesn't shed. It doesn't make my family itchy. They can breathe fine. And he is so sweet and so kind and patient with her. We've had a lot of kids around. I always heard that like small dogs were like nippy and stuff, but he is so patient and sweet. And he loves Savannah. Okay, and we'll start trying to speed this up. It's probably getting long. How'd you come up with your channel name? This one.
Yeah, I came up with the channel name.
We were just like rattling stuff off.
I think it was the day she posted her first video. Yeah. We were like, well, if we're going to post a video, we need to come up with a name. Yeah. So we just started, we knew it'd be cleaning related. And we knew she loved vacuuming. So I just started throwing out stuff related to vacuums. And till vacuum do his part, I just blurted it out and we both liked it.
We're like, that's it. Okay guys, and the last question was, how do I stay motivated to homeschool? And I'm the only one in charge of my daughter's education, so that's enough to keep me motivated. If I don't teach her, nobody else is, so I've just never lacked in that area. I know it's the most important thing that gets done during the day is homeschool. Not cleaning, not YouTube, nothing. Homeschool is our first priority, and we make sure that's done. We're going to go and wrap this up. I'm sorry if it's long. We had a lot of questions. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know both of us and learn who we are and kind of where we came from. If you have any more questions or I skipped it, feel free to leave it down below. And we hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.